Hi there, this is a teaching coming to you from the Training Place of Excellence, and it's a teaching on Employer Payment Summary, also known as EPS, Full Payment Submission, also known as FPS. The Full Payment Submission is a report that has to be submitted to HMRC on or before each payday electronically through the payroll software used to run the payroll, and this has to show all payments and deductions made for each employee paid in the pay period. So once the company or the business is running a payroll system, any payroll period, whether it is monthly or weekly, fortnightly, or otherwise, the business has paid staff members, it will be expected to complete an FPS on or before they have paid the staff members. So as they are paying, an FPS must be created and submitted to HMRC through the the payroll software that is being used to file the tax return or the payroll RTI. The employer payment summary, it is a report that has to be submitted to HMRC on or before 19th of the following tax month for HMRC to apply any reductions due to the business. It has to be filed electronically through the payroll software used to run the payroll, or HMRC's basic PAYE toolkit can also be used. And it shows any reductions to be claimed from HMRC. So any reductions against the FPS you filed in the previous pay period or in the previous tax month. And it shows you any deductions, any statutory maternity pay, statutory paternity pay that is being claimed in that pay period. So you will find you are expected to complete your FPS immediately you run your payroll before you pay staff members, or by the time you're paying staff members. Come the following month, if maybe the business has anybody on paternity pay or maternity pay, and the company wants to claim the amount that they are going to be paying the staff member from the government, it will act as a reduction in what they are due to pay the government in the next month. Your payment for PAYE and NI liability is usually the following month, 19th, or by the next end of the quarter. And that then aligns with the EPS. So when you run your payroll, for argument's sake, in January, if you do monthly payroll, you run your payroll in January, you will file the FPS to HMRC by the end of January if you're paying your staff members at the end of January. Then by the 19th of the following month, maybe there was one staff member in there that had to be given statutory maternity pay. You will then file the EPS by the 19th of the following month, and that will action any reduction that you want to claim for the statutory maternity pay that you may have paid out in the January payroll. So by the 19th of February, your EPS must be submitted and any deductions will be claimed. We can now look at the illustration. It says to us, identify whether each of the following are true or false. All businesses running payroll must submit an EPS and FPS, and that is false. Once you are running payroll, you must submit FPS, but you may not have any deductions to claim. That is to say, any statutory deductions to claim. So you may not need to file an EPS. All businesses running payroll must submit an FPS, and that is true. FPS deadline is to be submitted on or before each pay day, and that is true. FPS must be submitted before the EPS is due to be submitted. And that is also true. You submit your FPS first, as I said earlier on. If you're running monthly payroll, you've run the payroll in January, you will pay staff members at the end of January. You will file an FPS at the end of January. In February, come the 19th of February, you have the deadline for the EPS. The EPS will then be filed if you are claiming any deductions from the government or from HMRC. That is any statutory deductions. So, very commonly, statutory maternity pay, statutory paternity pay. Those are payments that are paid by the government through the business that the staff member is working for. It then says to us, EPS and FPS are both submitted to HMRC, and that is the government body responsible for administering the payroll in the United Kingdom, and that is true. I hope this has been useful. The rest of it is keep studying. Please don't forget, connect with us across all our social media platforms, the training place of excellence. Like us, speak to us on our blog, make comments on the blog as well. Connect with us, and I hope it's been useful for you. Study, study, study. Adios. Keep working hard, and we will continue working hard with you. Until later.